Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, I am Murad Agriculture, Senior Lecturer, Department of Agriculture Studies, Milestone College. Today I will discuss Chapter 6, Section 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this chapter is not too much big, that is why I will discuss all 4 sections. And the chapter name is Agricultural Cooperatives, and you will find this chapter page number 205 to 211. And before I start the lecture, I'll tell you, you have to memorize all pages 205 to 211 because of MCQ questions, because this is your textbooks, so you never know where the MCQ questions comes from. So when you take the books, that times you have to underline each and every line from page number 205 to 211 for your MCQ safety. And now the chapter 1, which is concept of an agriculture cooperative and important. First of all, you have to understand what is cooperatives. Cooperatives is doing a work in a group for achieving some similar objectives, that is called cooperative. And what should be the agricultural cooperative? Agricultural cooperatives for doing the agriculture works in a group of farmers and achieving more profit for agriculture, for farmers in agriculture sector, that is called agricultural cooperatives. And in agriculture sector, we know there would be 5 sections or 5 sector, which is crop, fisheries, livestock, poultry, then forestry. In this sector, when farmers doing this agriculture, that time they need too many things like lots of machineries, lots of raw materials, lots of product for doing the agriculture practice, like crop harvesting, crop applied crop medicine, fertilizer, irrigation and drainage, this type of activities. When they do this type of activities, that time they need lots of capital as well. But in our country context, our farmers is not enough sufficient in the money. So that is why they are unable to do this type of practice or activities alone. That is why they need some helping hand, and this is the helping hand of the agriculture sector, which is called agricultural cooperative. So if our country, if they organize a cooperative in this type of agriculture practice like land preparation, irrigation, then crop harvest, then preservation, marketing, this type of activities they can do in a group. So this is called the agriculture cooperatives, and they need this agriculture cooperative for betterment of their agriculture practice in our country context. And in our country context, there is lots of agriculture cooperative nowadays reformed in our village area, like agriculture cooperative for land, agriculture cooperative for machines, agriculture cooperative for fertilizer, agriculture cooperative for irrigation. This type of organization they can, or this type of agriculture cooperatives they can and reform or form in their village area. So we understand the concepts and importance of agriculture cooperative. Let's move to the next section, which is called the agricultural inputs through the agricultural cooperatives. So what is the inputs of agriculture cooperatives? Like in our agricultural practice or activities, farmer need water, capital, land, machineries, as well as water machineries, then fertilizer, pesticide, seed, then and medicine, this type of thing. But I told you before, in our country, farmer is not very rich, or not enough money they have for quite capable to do this type of practice. So that is why they need a cooperative. So for instance, if I give you the example like machinery, nowadays lots of or too many machines, modern machines come in our country for do the agriculture practice like harvesting, rice harvester, then plowing machine, this type of machines. But this type of machine is very expensive for our farmer. They can afford to buy that type of machines. But when they build a agriculture cooperative like 10 people or 10 farmer or 5 farmer, 6 farmer, whatever, that time they collect some money and that money can buy their machines. Always remember that united we stand, but alone we fall. This is the motto, this is the main theme of cooperative. That means when you united, that time you stand properly, but when you alone, you are not do any type of huge work. So when they united, that time they can do a big or huge work as well, and is very easy for them. So inputs like for instance irrigation in area, for instance I give you example like in a village area there will be 5 marginal farmer. Some farmer have land, one farmer have plowing, one farmer have 2 cow for plowing, one farmer has seed, but they don't have any irrigation support, irrigation machine. So what they should do, they can collect the money or deposit the money for 6 months or 7 months or 10 months or 1 year. After that they can buy the irrigation machine or irrigation pump. Then after that they can use in between and that 10 people with that irrigation machine. This is called the agriculture cooperative. And not even machine, water machine like rice harvester, then plowing machine, tractor, or the fertilizer, or they can do this type of things for medicine and this type of thing. So this is the chapter 2, input of agriculture input through agricultural organization. Next section is section 3, preservation and marketing. Preservation and marketing through agriculture cooperative. What will be the preservation and marketing? This section is this one is preservation and marketing. If you do the agriculture practice, if you follow all type of things like land preparation, then irrigation, apply pesticide, that means you collect the crop. Like after that, if you do not follow the preservation process properly, you will not get profit properly, because all crop will be destroyed if you do not preserve properly. For instance, I'll give you example like for mango. Mango. One person whose name is Rafiq, he produced about 10 ton mango. But if he do not preserve that mango properly, he can send that mango properly to the consumer. If he do not send them to the consumer properly, then he will not get profit from that 10 ton or 5 ton whatever mango. So that is why you need to preserve it properly. But same thing, if they want to preserve that thing, they need huge space, or they need to do the proper preservation procedure. But for one single farmer, sometimes that will be very hard for preserve that mango. If they organize a farm, that organize a agriculture cooperative or formed a cooperative, that time they can preserve properly. Even after that, they preserve that preserved mango, they can send to the market, which is called marketing. Marketing. For example, if you want to that Mr. Rohim from Rajshahi region, they produced his mango. He want to sell that one to the Dhaka market. But if we do not preserve or pack that mango properly, that means he used the gunny bag for packing that mango and send it to the Dhaka. After reaching Dhaka, that mango will be all destroyed or rotten, because gunny bag is not suitable for preserving or not marketing the mango. For mango, you have to use the wooden box, or you have to use the bamboo box, or you have to use the plastic box for send it to the other district. So if that Rafiq do not organize or a cooperative, that is very hard for him to send to the another district. So this is called the agriculture cooperative. For preservation and marketing, this is very necessary for agriculture cooperative. Other thing is, in agriculture cooperative, preservation, sometimes for instance some farmers in Munchigan region, they produce lots of potato in every year, but we know that potato should be preserved in cold storage, but a cold storage is a huge space, and in that cold storage lots of potato can be preserved, but one marginal farmer cannot able to rent that cold storage in a single way. If he organize a cooperative, like 5-10 people can be rent that cooperative easily. So this is called the preservation of process in a cooperative way, as well as in the marketing. For instance, one farmer, they produce vegetable like bottle gourd about in his farm this season, about 500 bottle gourd, and he is a farmer of Manikos region. He want to sell this one to the Dhaka district, but 500 for 500 bottle gourd, he can't rent a big truck, because that is very costly for him. If they organize other farmer which like other farmer as well produce bottle gourd about 500, other farmer for 4-5 farmer, they can easily afford a tractor rent to send to the another district. So this is called the preservation and marketing process of through the agriculture cooperatives. The next section is the last section of this chapter, which is importance. When I discuss about this section 1, 2, 3, I already discussed the importance as well, because I told you there will be there is 5 sector which is of agriculture, which is crop sector, or then fisheries sector, then livestock sector, then poultry sector, then forest sector. When farmer produce this crop, at that time they face too many problems, like machine problem, harvesting problem, then irrigation problem, then management problem, this type of problem. So one farmer, for example, one farmer have 30 hectare land, but he is alone. He is quite for him quite difficult to cultivate that land. Any type of crop, like might be vegetable crop, or might be field crop, or might be cereal crops, whatever. But if he organized that a agriculture cooperative, then he take some more marginal farmer from his locality, and they can do easily that agriculture practice. Other example is for a vegetable is very fresh and perishable. It can be rotten very quickly, but it need to be preserved very appropriately or proper way, and quickly this one should be sent to the market. So if it is not sent to the market properly, then it will not get enough money from the buyer. So when it will looks fresh, that time one person can buy this one with the money. Otherwise that will be rotten. Nobody will take that one because that is rotten, destroyed. So that is why important agricultural cooperative is very important in our country. Another example is for the input as well. Input, what is input? In our country, I told you marginal farmer. They don't have lots of money, so rice harvester, irrigation machine, then water machine, then plowing machine is very expensive for them. But if they buy that through the agriculture cooperative, then it is very easy for them. So this is the most important for them. So in this section, chapter 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 section, sometimes MCQ come in this section. That is why I told you from 200, page number 205 to 211, you have to underline each and every line for your MCQ. And for CQ, sometimes it will come for 1 marks question, what is cooperative, what is agriculture cooperatives, or for 2 marks explain the concepts of agriculture cooperatives, or for 2 marks explain the importance of cooperative. This is for 2 marks. For 3 marks, 4 marks, it can be come in a stand as well. For example, one creative questions like Mr. Rohim is a marginal farmer. In his locality, about 10 farmers produce rice, but they don't have a rice tractor, or they don't have a rice harvester, or they don't have plowing machine. Agriculture officer give him some advice regarding cooperatives. So this is the structure of a CQ stamp. So in for 3 marks, they can give the question and describe the cooperative procedure or of Mr. Of that farm, of that farmer. Then you can answer the input of agriculture cooperative and this type of answer. So thank you very much for today.